What's going on? It's another edition of Patrick Eats. Today we are going to do a special. Today we are going to make the Taco Bell Mexican pizza at home. Now if you have no clue what this is, it probably sounds crazy or you just don't know. But the Mexican pizza is like this huge giant craze that Taco Bell had years ago, and they stopped selling it, and everybody on social media started doing this giant campaign to get the pizza back. So they brought the pizza back like last month, and within like 2 days they've been completely sold out. So they came back like early June and they have not come back. They don't know when they're gonna come back because of supply chain issues or whatever. So after all those years of waiting, some people got a taste, most people didn't. So what we're gonna do is show you that you can make just as good of a Mexican pizza at home. So what we got here is, which I will also put in the notes if you don't remember. So you just got your regular flour tortillas, you got your regular ground beef, not anything special. You could probably use regular shredded cheddar, but there's a specific cheese. It's called the taco blend. You can get it at Walmart. You got your original taco seasoning. And then the other important things is red enchilada sauce and refried beans. Everything else you see here is pretty optional. You got sour cream, got tomatoes. The topping part is 100% optional. Some people put black olives on it. I'm not really a black olives person. I usually take them off. Other people put like onions and all kind of stuff on there. You can do the toppings whatever you want, but this right here is the main essential. And we're gonna do this in the air fryer. You actually can do this in like a deep fryer or on the oven. But everything I try to do is something that most people can do at home without too much equipment. So we're gonna make it in the air fryer, go step by step, and see how it turns out. All right, so this part is really simple, making the actual meat. This is actually the longest part. The instructions are on the back of the taco seasoning, so you really don't need my help. It's actually pretty simple. All you're gonna do is wait for the meat to get brown. Once the meat gets brown, you're gonna dump the grease out, which I already did. Once you do that, all you're gonna do is add a half a cup of water to it. That'll slow down the simmer a little bit. Then you're gonna take a packet of seasoning and just add it to it. Then from there, obviously you're just gonna stir and you're gonna get it all mixed in. Once you have it all mixed in, right now it's on medium to high heat. So for mine, out of 9, it's on 6. Just depends on your stove. Basically just halfway to medium to high. So once you get this all stirred in, you're gonna turn down the heat. You're gonna turn down the heat to a little bit low. So I'm gonna go from 6 to 4. Actually, I'm gonna go from 6 to 3. You're gonna let it simmer for about 2 to 4 minutes. You kind of eyeball it and tell when it's really mixed in there. And throughout the entire time, just every few minutes or so, you'll stir. Like I said, just eyeball it. I mean, it's probably good to go after a minute or so, but just to be safe, just do a little bit more stirring. About 2 to 4 minutes, you'll be good to go. And then we'll build the pizza. All right, so right now we have the meat is basically done. It's sitting on a very low simmer just to keep it warm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the 2 tortillas we have and get them ready to be cooked. So all you're gonna do, this is just, I think it's vegetable oil. Use olive oil, whatever kind of oil that you have in your house. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take some, most people have like an actual brush, like a basting brush. You just use a spoon. You're just gonna get a nice, good layer on both sides. I already have it on the other side. Depending on your air fryer, may vary depending on how strong it is. But they say to do it for do it on 270 for 2 minutes. And so we're doing one at a time. So we'll do one, then we'll do the second one. Don't want to cook them at the same time. So we're gonna do 270 for 2 minutes. And this is my first time doing this part. Because if you have an air fryer, something this small and thin will tend to float around. So what they say to do is to put anything that's oven safe. They say spoon's oven safe, so we're gonna do that. They say to put the spoon on top of the tortilla, that way it's not floating around and doing all that, so it can actually cook. So if this does explode, I'll let you know. I'm assuming it's not going to explode, so we're gonna put the spoon on top, and we're gonna go 270 for 2 minutes. You don't have to flip it or anything, just put it in there for 2 minutes. We'll take that one out, take out another tortilla, do the same thing, and then we'll go from there. So both of the tortillas are now ready, and we are ready to actually put the pizza together. So the very first layer is going to be the refried beans. I got a giant can because it's gonna make a good amount for myself. You probably don't need this big of a can. You just wanna make one nice, quick, even layer, depending on how, this is basically, this is your base. So depending on how big, how thick of a pizza you want, is going to basically depend on this part with the refried beans. What I typically tend to do with these things is leave space on the outer rim, just so there's no overflow after cooking or anything like that that could possibly mess it up. So we're gonna leave a good amount of space, which you can see on the outside. Then from there, we're gonna add our meat. And like I said, this is all dependent on how hungry you are, how much meat, how much beans you actually want. Like I said, I'm gonna load mine up pretty good, but you can honestly do a very small layer. Don't even have to do meat at all if you wanna go meat free. That's also a thing, just make it with the refried beans. But I think that's a nice, good, even layer. Then from there, you're gonna take your second tortilla, you're gonna put it on there, try to do a nice press, nice and easy. Then from there, you're going to start with your red enchilada sauce. And like I said, this is it's not very thick at all, so be careful with it. You're just going to do a nice, even layer like you've been doing with everything else, just to get a nice base. Like I said, it's not very thick at all, so it's probably gonna overflow a little bit, that's fine. It's a nice, good layer right there. Then from there, like I said, you're free to do whatever you want on these toppings, but it is a pizza, so I would say definitely add this cheese. From there, you can add pretty much any other toppings you want, but like I said, I think adding the cheese is definitely essential. Once again, just covering the sauce. Gonna add nice, even layer. All this is dependent on how crazy of a pizza you want. So I'm gonna add a nice, even layer. Like I said, then from here, once you have the cheese on, you can do anything else you want, really. Only thing else I'm gonna add is diced onions. I think this also has, diced tomatoes. I think this also has onions in it. That's the only thing I'm going to add. I think the Taco Bell version has black olives and some other vegetables on it. But like I said, this is your version. You can do whatever you want to do with that. And then from there, once you got all the toppings you want on there, you're gonna add another layer of cheese, but this one is just a very, very, very light version, just to cover the toppings just a little bit. You still want to be able to see the toppings, of course. And very important point, as you can see, I made this pizza on a plate because I wanted you to be able to see the pizza, but honestly, it would make way more sense. It's really easier to actually just do this in the air fryer. I'm only doing it like this so you can see it, but it'll be a little more messy, but easier to just actually make this in the air fryer. So we're gonna do this real quick, a little quick transfer. Hope it shouldn't be too hard. So we'll go in there, we'll go like that. It's pretty easy. As you can see, it is all set. Then from there, we're gonna go 270 degrees for 3 minutes. Depending on your air fryer, you might wanna do 4 minutes, but we'll take it out and see how it looks from there. All right, so it is done. We're gonna take it out, see what it looks like. Hopefully it holds together well, and then we'll do a taste test and see what it tastes like. So, first glance, it does look pretty interesting. It looks like a Mexican pizza, to the best of my knowledge. Hadn't had one in some years. Let's try to see if we can get this out pretty easily. And go like that. Overall, like I said, first time doing it, take a look. I mean, looks like a Mexican pizza. Like I said, it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. If you really want this to look like Instagram worthy, like really perfect, you know, you can take the time and put the ingredients wherever you want. But I'm just trying to educate you, so I'm not really making it all nice and pretty. It is a pizza, so we'll cut it pizza style with the pizza cutter. Take a look at the inside, see what it looks like. Cut it into 4 pieces how they do. Now we'll take a look. And there you go. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Like I said, it holds together well. It's not falling apart. Now, it's gonna be messy, but the last part is to do a taste test. Oh yeah, that's good. Again, I don't like to hype myself up. It's just a Mexican pizza. It's not like I've discovered anything crazy. But I would definitely say, all the one videos I do, I say try. But if you're a Taco Bell person and you really love the Mexican pizza, like this is a quick, easy, simple way to get this done. It tastes really, really good. I mean, I got 0 complaints at all. And to think about it, like I said, it's not the Mexican pizza. All these ingredients was $15 at Walmart. I think it's like $5, $6 for the ones that they were selling. And that's for one. I have enough to make 4. So enough for basically, if you really want all 4, or for 2 people in the house to get 2. You did all that for 15 bucks. And I mean, the taste is not that much different. So I would definitely say, give it a try. As always, follow me on Instagram at Patrick_eats, and we'll see you next time.